In today's video, we're going to address the overall market once again. The market is currently at a critical level. It's important that you are ready for what's going to happen throughout the remaining few days of this week. I'm also going to be doing an update on the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video. Before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Right, so let's get right into it. Right off the bat, we have the SPY, and in yesterday's video I told y'all that I was expecting a morning run. All right, I was expecting a morning run with the overall market, with the Nasdaq and the Dow and the SPY. I think I told y'all to watch the SPY for a move up to 410. It didn't quite make it to 410. It chopped a little bit in the morning. It chopped a little bit like within in the first like 30 minutes before finally running to 408. All right, and then when it got to 408, it formed a double top right here. The one that I want y'all to, that I'm gonna use to really explain why what happened today happened, I'm gonna use the Dow Jones. All right, now this is the critical level that I'm talking about. Now again, if you watched yesterday's video, which I'm gonna pin it right here somewhere, all right, I specifically drew this thing for you guys on the 1 hour. I drew this thing. I told y'all I was expecting the morning one for a retest at exactly 33,600. I was off by 13 points at 11 a.m. All right, I was off by 13 points at 11 a.m. And when it got there, there was an immediate rejection, and there was a double top, just like the SPY, intraday. All right, now is this the moments where we immediately collapse, where we see something like this, right? And that's possible. That's very possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, at least not something to that extent. Maybe something that's a bit smaller, maybe something to like right here at around 33,000 within the next 2 days before we chop sideways, right? I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Now another scenario is, or another question I would say is tomorrow going to be the time where the bear trap is sealed? Again, during these regions there have been a lot of bears accumulating puts and grabbing shares to short, DIA shares to short. All right, and if this doesn't fall down, if we don't see some type of bad news or a gap down of some sorts, they're going to cover. These people are going to panic, and we're going to see a pushback in here in this zone, maybe a move up to 34,000, and this giant bearish pennant will be invalidated. All right, so watch out for that. We're very critical level at this point. You want to be very patient, and you want to look for intraday clues that will make it easier to let y'all know which direction we're going. If the market chops, you don't want to be doing too much. Like, you really don't want to be doing too much. So that's my thoughts on the Dow Jones and the SPY. Now, some updates. The top 3 stocks in yesterday's video. The first one I believe was AMD. I told y'all to watch AMD for a long because of this structure right here. This bull flag on the charts. It didn't quite make it all the way up to 185, but there was some money to be made on the stock. All right, like there was some money to be made in the morning. This right here is where you make your money. So congrats to anybody who was able to capitalize off of that. All right, now then, where's this thing gonna go? I think it really comes down to the indices. It really comes down to the indices, whether we see a drop to retest at 79 right here, or we see a gap up and all of the bears from DIA pretty much cover everything, and then we actually get to $85 tomorrow. All right, but it really depends on how it opens. Now, the next stock that I've mentioned yesterday, which really it looked really good today, especially pre-market. That stock was Netflix. And with Netflix, I told y'all to watch it for a move up to $322. And this is how it was looking pre-market. Again, it didn't make the move. It didn't make that move on Friday, so I was expecting it for today. And that's exactly what happened. All right, if we go on to right here, as you can see, it just ran all the way up to 22. And when it got to 322, it was chopping, and that was pretty much the second chance to get out right here. That's the first chance, the second chance to get out, third chance to get out, and then like the fourth chance to get out. Like, this is the part where you're not supposed to be greedy. You're supposed to take your money off the table, and you're supposed to just, you can either short if you want, but you're supposed to chill out and wait for the next structure to appear. All right, so there was a lot of money to be made. The bulls got paid, the bears got paid, and right now it's just time to just relax and wait for another structure. Looking at it big picture, it's leaning bearish. Yeah, it's not looking too great on a daily. It's really not. We'll see how it opens. We will see. It's really not looking that great. Like, there is that level of support right here, and it's struggling to bounce off of that level. It's like on it. So if it opens lower, it could be catastrophic for Netflix. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Netflix. The last stock is the stock that I was in, and I didn't take a trade on Netflix because I was in Amazon. Now, Amazon is the third stock that I've mentioned yesterday. All right, and with Amazon, we bought calls on this one on Friday for the continuation to at least $97. Well, initially I thought $100, and then I looked at the charts again. There it is. All right, and then I looked at the chart again, and then I realized that I may have been a little too aggressive with it. So this is the entry on Friday the 3rd. All right, and then today it chopped a little bit. I got out because I wasn't sure if it was actually going to run, and then at 9:08, when I realized that it was time to really push, I got the same contracts again. All right, at that moment, and Amazon just kept pushing and pushing all the way up to, again, I had a price target of $97. It kept going, it kept going, it kept going, it kept making higher lows as it kept climbing. And then I ended up getting rid of Amazon at 10:22 when the Nasdaq was getting super tired. So right over here, right there, that's where I got out of Amazon. And then it gave a second chance and a third chance, and finally the fourth chance to get out and to take your money off the table before everything collapsed. All right, now I did mention NUE. NUE also didn't. This one didn't do too well. Like, it really didn't do too well. It's very annoying. If you took this one, I would just say it's gonna take its sweet time. It might be irritating, and I don't know. I thought it would get to at least 185 this morning, just like with everything else, but it had other plans, so it's quite unfortunate for NUE. All right, so that is my very honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, if you found this video helpful, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot, and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after setting up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.